What's up, guys? One here, and finally we are taking a look at the SH Figuarts Star Wars The Mandalorian. We got Boba Fett finally. I actually ordered this on Amazon Japan, got it really quickly. He looks fantastic. Let's open him up. Alright, so right out of the box, he comes with a ton of accessories. Of course, you're all accustomed to this with SH Figuarts. But looking at this figure right now, he looks awesome looking. Man, he looks fantastic. I love how accurate he is, honestly, to the show. First off, let's get a nice look of him next to Din Djarin right here. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Din Djarin, yeah. Anyway, the Mandalorian. So here they are side by side. This is actually the Hasbro figure right here, but I think he looks pretty well overall. It matches up pretty nicely because, Boba Fett wasn't the tallest figure anyway, so I think the height comparison side by side is pretty good right there. I love how he's kind of stocky looking and kind of fat, so this looks really nice right there. We'll do more size comparisons afterwards, but let's take a look at the accessories. So I want to point it really quickly right here because on the side he actually does, let me zoom in a little bit right there. So on the side right here he actually does have a holster with a blaster there, but you can't take it out. He also comes with a second holster that is empty and you can't put a gun in there. And of course he comes with a blaster right there, which you can obviously hold in his hand. So basically that's all just for cosmetic looking, I guess. Nothing really functional, which is kind of disappointing, I have to admit. It could just gave us an empty holster, but it is what it is. Now with his backpack right here, it looks fantastic, very nicely detailed, looks great. It has a nice peg in the back right there. You can switch out all of these blasters for effects, which is really cool. So we can take this off. Let's pop these out off the side. And we can just easily mount them. They're little ball joints actually, so they can actually move around, which is pretty cool, like that, which is a nice look. And on top right here you have two options. You do have the standard one right there, which is nice. Get him out of the way. You have the standard one right there, which is pretty nice. And then you can also have some effects, which you can put this like so, and then put this on top, which is just awesome as well. Look at that. That is cool. You do have another one. I believe this goes on top. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick it there anyway. But just to keep it normal, we'll just put this one like that. And I just love how this looks. Very cool. And to put this on his back, all you have to do is line it up. Flush, very nice, very cool. So obviously he comes with a lot of hands, but you want to use the one that holds his blaster right here. And I believe it's actually this one. I thought it was a pointing finger one, but it seems like it's the one to grip the blaster. And basically he has the trigger finger lying right on the gun. So let's just get this in really quickly. And just like that, yep, this is the one that you would want to put for the blaster. It has his trigger finger just resting on top of the trigger right there. And when you put this on, yep, that looks great. That looks very cool. Very nice. Alright, so before we go into his head sculpt, he has one more thing right here, which is almost like a codex built into the armor. So it kind of pegs in like so right here. And just like in that episode, when he finally got his armor back, he was showing Din Djarin that, yeah, this is my daddy's armor. Alright, for size comparisons, we have Casca Reeves, we have the boss, we have Sasha Banks, and of course we have Bo-Katan right here. I have to say, even though these are Hasbro figures, they match up pretty well, I think, in my opinion, in height with Boba Fett. Not bad. Let's take off the helmets. Right, looks pretty good. They're both shorter than him, that's all that matters. But overall, I think they fit in pretty well together. Alright, next up, of course, we have the Mandalorian, and of course, the original Jango Fett, and he looks pretty good. Actually, what I wanted to do is, let's take off these head sculpts. Alright, so now we have Papa and Son right there. And what I actually wanted to do is, I like myself to have a removable helmet anytime I want. So I actually wanted to put this helmet on him. I'll paint it, maybe. Right? So that way I could always just take off the helmet anytime I want. But I'll see. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. It could be a nice side project, if anything. But there he is, with his father. Looks really nice. Alright, now it's time to take a look at Boba Fett up close and personal because he looks awesome looking. I'm gonna say that like a million times in this video because he just does. I love the paint work on this. It's a nice flat looking paint job. Obviously in the show, he repainted his armor to update it and clean it up, but he did leave a couple of scratches here and there, so you do have that, which is nice. But everything looks pretty nice. You do have that bounty hunter symbol right there. I could be wrong with exactly what that is, to be honest. But everything else looks fantastic. The gauntlets on the side look really clean, look really nice. The belt buckle looks fantastic. Underneath here, let's take a look at that. Just great looking. You do have his side blaster missiles right here. Just looks awesome. He does have a little bit of a... Oh, he has another... Interesting, I didn't even notice this. So I guess you can actually put the other... If you want to do that, you could put the other holster right there. But I like the fact that they did give us a cloth garment right here, so it's a lot better for the articulation. And it's getting nice and close up to the figure. You can see all the nice details. That looks fantastic looking right there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know all the symbols, but they look nice and clean, as you can see right there. Just a great, clean looking, well detailed figure. You got some scratches back on the backpack right here. Even has a new like metal panel going across it. Maybe it was damaged along the way and he had to repair it. The back of the helmet looks great as well. So clean, man. Look at that. Everything looks great. And over here is a little bit more of a black paint on the bottom here to give a nice shadow look. This does come down for a targeting, which is cool too. And this is painted actually a tan color. So he definitely updated the look of his armor overall. And look at that belt. That belt is so nice. Just a lot of detail. A lot of stuff going on in this figure. But everything, it just looks great on him. Alright, so if you want to switch out the head to the unmasked look, you can just pop this off right there. This actually comes off too, but you want to kind of keep it in there. And then you can just stick the neck in there. Pops in. And there you go. Now you have unmasked Boba Fett, which I know a lot of people don't really care about, but I think it's pretty cool. I like it. You know, you do give the actor his credit. Let him have some screen time, obviously. And here's a close-up look at his face sculpt. I had to say, it looks pretty clean. The smug look is okay with me. The eyes look really good as well. He has some scarring on the top of his head. Overall, very clean, very nice. I do wish they would have gave us like a removable helmet look. Actually, a removable helmet to put on top of the head, but they didn't do that. So, and of course, here they are side by side without their helmets. Actually, it's a pretty good size comparison. I know, like I said, this is the Hasbro version and this is the SH Figuarts, but they actually match up pretty well, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. And for fun, actually, here he is with the Mando helmet right there. Actually fits on pretty well. Not bad. Alright, so going to articulation really quickly, he does have a double ball joint at the base of the neck and also the base of the head. So you do have some movement. The scarf, which is actually hard plastic, does get in the way a little bit, but it shouldn't really hinder that much. Like, you can't really look down, actually, but I don't know how much he's looking down, to be honest. But other than that, it does get the job done overall. There's an articulation joint right here. Of course, you have that if you want to count that. Going to the shoulders right here, so he does have a hinge joint right there. It looks like there might be a butterfly joint in there, but there's this panel right here that doesn't really do that much. But it doesn't hinder the articulation at all, so that's okay right there. So his shoulders go up about that far, which is nice. Go down, go forward, no problem. Go back, no problem. He does have a bicep swivel right there, which is great. He has a hinge at the elbow. At the elbow also, it does rotate a little bit left and right if you want to use that. And of course, at the wrist right here, he has a ball joint and a hinge, which rotates all the way around. I also want to point out on this side right here, he does have a bunch of tubes going into this gauntlet right here. So when you do move his arm, they don't actually hinder at all because they're pretty flexible. So if you're just wondering about that, these tubes are actually pretty good. So no complaints right there. Going to the base of the body, he does have a ball joint in there. Not the greatest, I have to admit. I don't know if it's this belt getting in the way or just the overall structure of his body, but it does go down a little bit. You can move it left and right, of course. You can pivot a little bit left and right. So it's not the greatest range, but overall, you do have some movement, which is not bad. I mean, like I said, he's a pretty husky guy, so he won't be maneuvering that much anyway. Now going to the hips, he has pretty good hips right there. They go all the way forward, they go all the way back, they go in and out. Kind of reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z figures. There's a thigh swivel right there, so that's nice. He has one point at the knee right here, but it's very nice, good range on it. I like how that looks as well. Very nice and smooth. And at the boot right here, he has a nice hinge, goes up and down, toe articulation, and also a pivot at the ankle. And I also want to point out, I don't think there's a wire in this cloth right here, but it does pretty much do whatever you want. I'm trying to feel around if there is a wire though. I don't know if it's just the material, but it's pretty good because you could actually move it around, the back one as well. It's actually pretty nice. Like, it makes you think there is a wire in here, but you could you literally feel around here. You don't feel any wire. I don't know what it is. Just great material. Alright guys, so that's about it. What do you guys think about this figure? In my opinion, he is just fantastic. I think he is awesome looking. He just looks so cool. And it's about time we get an awesome, updated looking Boba Fett figure from The Mandalorian. I know that Hasbro's coming out of one, but I think this is the way to go. This is just the way to go. He looks awesome. Articulation is pretty good. Just the overall paint work on him is fantastic. You're going to have a lot of fun with him with the rest of your Mandalorian figures and even Star Wars figures as well. Just really great. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. Do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up.